My name is Firul Maithia.
Mimi hata nilikuwa nadhani anatumia madawa.
My name is Joseph Simiyu, better known as Krishna. I was the producer. It's actually the second thing I was producing. The first one was me.
Now, what about us? What about college? My friends?
I have 5 areas would like us to appreciate in the film so that we have the storyline. Perhaps we'll begin with that so that I get your thoughts on what you think the story was like, the storyline, whether you liked it, whether it made sense to you. The floor is open.
I felt personally that there was too much talk, not enough action, not enough conflict. Constantly throughout the movie, we were sitting in people's sitting rooms and just sitting and watching them talking, which is not a very interesting way of telling stories. So I just wanted to know what the director was thinking around that, in terms of how the story would, how the writer and director chose to tell the story by having characters sitting in their sitting rooms and talking without doing anything. I don't know, I kind of tried to find out why did that movie end up being that way, or that pilot.
I want to say something in response to her question. For this one, they're trying to do soap. Soap is generally talking heads. So I believe in what they set out to do, they got it right.
I think any piece of work any story needs to have beginning, middle, end, whether it's an episode of anything that is progressive or episodic or anything like that. Beginning, middle, end is the basic. That just has to be there. Whether it's a 1 minute movie or whatever, 1 minute, episode series, each, whatever, whether it's a series or not, it has to have the beginning, middle, and end. But between me and you, we disagree.
The middle is where the mom has to go away and there's a bit of a crisis and she leaves, what's her name, Dowsy. The ending is there's a possibility of her being part of the chama, so I don't think there was a crisis in terms of beginning, middle, and end. I also didn't have so much of a problem because you see, if this is something that should take 13 episodes, so you reveal it step by step. You can't reveal everything at once. If anyone here watches Sense 8, you'd understand the first 3 episodes, you understand nothing. Then you understand the whole thing maybe at the 8th episode. So it's not any different from this.
Our main character is Tausi, so we are following her life in her chama. So the first episode is Tausi now being presented to the chama as the 15th member. The production itself is called 15th member, so we are following that 15th member. We've introduced Tausi, and I feel from the first episode you can tell who Tausi is, you can tell her lives, we've introduced a bit of her, and we can tell that the story, she's related to a chama, where the story will be rolling out a lot.
We have the main character, we have the chair lady. If you want to talk about story, then you have to follow each character, and figure out what the story is about. If you fail to see the story as a specific character, then bring it up. Don't just generally say it's about the story. Look at the character and point out the problem in that character story.
So you can't just have an episode that things are happening, and then, So yes, we develop characters over time. You don't reveal everything. But surely you reveal something and you have to watch the next episode.
And you talked about her getting this massive talent on set. And you are not paying them. I'm sure many producers here want to know how who could do that.
I'd like to introduce the actors. They're here. Several of them.
I'd like to say this pilot, I was called on a short notice. So you're asking why we could do that without being paid. Sometimes it's good to promote our own. And without us, sometimes money is not everything. Sometimes we need to stand with our producers, with our fellow actors and the directors to bring up something that people can watch. I thank you guys because you've really told us what we did wrong and right, so maybe next time you'll see a good thing. But first, I have just to do something for you to see. If it is good, if it is bad, we'll go.
There are some very interesting names to give your Kahuza, and then there's Taut, Yasin Sim, Yeah. Why did you go for those names?
Is they trying to balance both technical and performance. So about the names, I don't really care so much about the names. It's the performance.
But what I found so is disturbing is the director. You should not actually do it. Just sound that you don't care about the names. Please, you must care because you are the director. In fact, you are the main character in this ideal. If something goes wrong, it's the director. I was the director in one of the whatever, I think. Now that such like things are open, I think I also will bring mine so that you people can watch. The director, you must care. If the name is wrong, please let we put it to be a wrong thing, not something which is correct, which you don't care and it can be corrected later. No. Be firm and say this name out and this name in. Thank you.
What I can say is that let's come out. Script writers write. Producers come out. Actors come out. It's only us that will take Kenya to the next level in acting. So what I can say is you might don't like it, not like it rather, but it's good for me because that way I know where I'm going wrong and I'll come right. So sometimes it's good to try and fail, but don't fail to try. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you for taking your time to watch. Thank you for all the comments. I know we are sitting here looking nice because Ferul is getting all the beatings wakiwa na Kushna. So I'm glad to have worked with these awesome guys and I look forward to working with them. Again, they have a lot of potential.
Lola Kenya Screen exists to encourage and to appreciate. When we were doing here, we were appreciating. We were not criticizing such that somebody might think, oh, why did we make this movie? We came there and these people had to put us on the carpet and belittle us for the mistakes we made.
It was a bittersweet experience. Bittersweet in the sense that it was sweet because most of my friends came through. They came and sat through all of it. It has been fun. I've learned a lot. This was one of the building blocks that helped shape my directing career.